What's going on, guys? Cameron back again from Attack on Anime, here to bring you my episode 3 review on Aokana. Now, Aokana is a pretty interesting anime. If you haven't seen my episode 1 and 2 review, you should go check that out on the channel. But in episode 3, we pick up right where episode 2 left off, with the Kunahama Institute and the Takafuji Academy having a joint training camp. Now, the teacher of this camp is Raiko, who Asuka beat in the first episode. So Raiko is just like, all right, I'm going to teach you guys like how to actually be good. And this is where we find out like Misaki is just like, I know how to play flying circus. Like, I'm not a beginner. Like, I can handle myself. I know it's been a few years since I've done this, but I can handle myself. And Asuka is just like, I'm ready to learn. Like, she's really excited about learning how to play flying circus. And while I would prefer like Messiah to be the main character, because I feel like he's a way more interesting character, I don't mind him as a secondary character because the mystery behind him is so interesting. And even in this episode, like, I'm gonna go into a little bit more depth of why, but Asuka just seems like, okay, I want to learn how to play flying circus, but it's like Messiah has this a whole different amount of layers going on. And I feel like once we find out, it'll be like really rewarding, and it may prove me wrong or it may prove me right. But pretty much we pick up with this training camp that Raiko's teaching, and we meet the captain of the Takafuji Academy, who is the national champ. Like, this dude is the John Cena of this series. Like, when this dude comes in, everybody's like, the champ is here. They are hyped. They are ready to just like talk to him and see him compete. And when we meet him, his name is Captain Kazunari. And Captain Kazunari, the first person he actually talks to is Messiah, because Messiah is there with the team because he just wants to make sure everything's okay. Because he agreed to coach Asuka until the summer competition, which is pretty much their major tournament. And Kazunari comes up to Messiah and he's just like, you know, the only reason I really agreed to have this joint training camp was because I had hopes of beating a competitor that disappeared years ago. And it's alluding that he's talking about Messiah, and even Messiah knows he's talking about Messiah. So he's just like, okay, well, this conversation's over. So Messiah's just like, oh, well, good luck with that. And then he just leaves. And we all know that Kazunari is just like, he seems like that guy who's just like ready for a challenge because he's just that good. So after that, we pretty much skip to the last day of their training camp. Like, we don't see them train day by day, but we just skip to the last day where they're having like their final matches. And we have Asuka versus this girl from Takafuji Academy named Rika. And Asuka loses, but she's starting to get a little bit better. Like, she's starting to get the hang of it a little bit more. Like, she's not as uncomfortable or awkward with it as she was, but she's still not, like, great yet. And then we have Mashiro versus Raiko, and Mashiro gets blown out. Like, Mashiro went in kind of confident, but then she just got blown out because she's going against Raiko, and that's, like, the second best person on Takafuji Academy. And we see Misaki, who has the most experience out of all the girls on the team at this point, go against Kazunari. Now, this is why I say this dude is the John Cena of this series. Because even though Misaki's pretty good, this guy is on a whole nother level. He's an all-rounder type, and Misaki's a fighter type. And all-rounder types are not known for being like the speeder types. They're not known for being like really fast. But as soon as the match starts, this dude takes off, like whipping all around. And this is where the animation is kind of cool with this anime, because as they're like flying around, you see the striations coming off of the grab shoes. And you just see like these different colors just whipping all around, because Misaki's pretty fast too. But she's just like, Kazunari's on a whole nother level. And he kind of goes into that cocky realm where he's just like, I'm just going to stand still. I'm just going to stop scoring on you for a little bit. And we're just going to go at each other. Because he's like, I can whip around and touch these buoys all day. But I'm just going to attack you from the back and try to like get back points pretty much. And he keeps doing that to her. And he's just like, oh, you're pretty good too. Because Misaki starts to fight back a little bit. But eventually she loses. And they realize that Kazunari is just so far beyond their level. They're just like, this guy is actually good. But by the time they're leaving and it ends, they're just like, oh yeah, we actually start to get pretty better. They're actually patting themselves on the back. They're not disappointed that they were outclassed, because of course they're gonna get outclassed by the best. But they're just like, we're actually starting to step up, and we still have time before this summer competition starts. And as of the recording of this video, the episode 4 just came out today, actually. I haven't watched it yet, but as soon as I watch it, I'll get that review to you guys. But until then, I'd recommend you guys go out and check this out if you haven't already. It's actually a pretty fun anime. It's supposed to be about 12 episodes for the first season. I don't know if there's going to be a second season, but it's actually pretty interesting seeing people not be like so overpowered straight out of the gate, but they're still like they're actually learning the ropes. And even Misaki, their best person, isn't even as good as like the weakest person from Takafuji Academy, which actually still makes me pretty happy. There still wasn't much character development with her or Mashiro, but seeing the mystery still being built up about Messiah, I can't wait to find out why he doesn't mess with Flying Circus anymore, like at all. Like he doesn't even really like being at the matches. The only reason he's still there is because he promised to help Asuka and coach Asuka until the tournament. So that's the only reason he's still there. Otherwise, he would have been gone. But other than that, guys, not much else happened in this episode. I can't wait to watch episode 4 to see what's gonna happen next, and I hope it's gonna start like speeding it up to the actual tournament, because I hope the tournament comes around like episode 8, so by that point they would have gotten as good as they really needed to be. But I'm not so sure yet, guys. I can't wait to find out more about this anime. If you liked anything I had to say or liked this anime in general, don't forget to drop a like down below. Comment down below if you've been checking it out and let me know what you guys think about it. I'm going to be bringing you guys weekly reviews on it because this anime actually caught my attention pretty early on in the anime season. So, till next time, guys, peace.